Last week, Karen and I left for the Balloon Regatta in Page, Arizona. We stopped to see a breathtaking view from an amazing vista, and we ended up selecting the same hotel we used 12 years earlier. Hey, if you'd like to see more of our adventures, hit that subscribe button and get your notification when we upload a new video by hitting the bell. Well, good morning. It is 6:29 in the morning, and we are just getting ourselves packed up and getting ready to head to the Balloon Regatta. I believe liftoff is at 7 o'clock, and right now it's 6:30 in the morning here. So we're going to be heading out soon and finding a place to set up. Karen and I were actually out last night, and when we were driving back from getting gas, we found a really nice location. There's a library up on a hill, so hopefully there isn't going to be a ton of photographers there. We're going to be able to set up at that location, and we'll really get a nice view of the balloons lifting off. There's supposed to be, I believe, around 30 to 50 balloons today lifting off, so we're really looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. It is an absolutely beautiful morning here. Unbelievable. The clouds are just beautiful colors. It's breathtaking. It is. So it's going to be quite the backdrop for the balloons taking off this morning. Really stoked to get there and check it out. Hopefully our location, like I said earlier, isn't going to be too busy, but if it is, we'll just have to deal with it. All right, we'll see you there, guys. All right, so we've made it to our location here, and there isn't any other photographers. I'm actually quite surprised. I figured that this would be a location that other photographers would want to come to. It's a really nice high point. The actual balloons are just going to be taking off down where you can see the lights flashing down there. So I think we've got a good location.
Yes, we do.
Well, they're running a little bit late. It is, what time is it here? Ugh. 7:39. Original liftoff was supposed to be 7:30, but you can see now the balloons behind me here, they're actually just starting to get all filled up and ready to go. We've got that entire range of mountains in the background, which I think is going to be really nice as a backdrop for the balloons as they're going up. Yeah, this is going to be pretty spectacular, I think. As we were getting prepared for the liftoff, we had all of our equipment set up, and I decided to just take a few minutes to take in the amazing landscape around me. And like any photographer, it made me think about my subject. And I know you're probably thinking, duh, Bob, your subject is just a balloon. Well, yes, you're right, and I'm sure we're going to see some spectacular colors with these amazing balloons. But I started to wonder, who was the first person to ride in a hot air balloon? How are these things made? What is that thing that throws out all that fire and heat? And how do you steer one of these things? So, you know what? I think it's time to grab your coffee or your tea, and I think we're going to get some answers about today's subject. Hot air balloons. Who was the first person to ride in a hot air balloon? The French had a major impact in hot air balloon history. The first persons to fly in a hot air balloon was Jean-François Palet de la Rosière and François Laurent Marquis on November 21st, 1783 in Paris, France. In the past, they used to call hot air balloons thermal ships. The entire balloon is actually called the envelope. And the envelope is typically made of nylon with vertical sections called gores. The gores are stitched together with panels to create an airtight seal. The gores are actually held together by stitching and by a heavy-duty load tape. Now, the load tape is a webbing that is actually very similar to the type of material used in seat belts in automobiles. This webbing helps support the weight of the balloon and minimizes strain on the fabric, prolonging the use and life of the balloon. Now the valve is very important. When the pilot pulls this line, causing the vent to open at the top of the balloon, this allows hot air to escape to stop a rate of ascent or initiate a rate of descent. Once the line is released, the vent automatically recloses. At the bottom of the balloon is the scoop. The scoop protects the burners from wind,
allowing the flame and hot air to blow straight up into the envelope. The burners, I guess you could call the engine of the balloon. Hot air balloons today use liquid propane burners exclusively. Vaporizing coils are used to preheat the fuel for efficient combustion, and they are generally made of steel. There are many different types of burners available: singles, double burners, or even up to quad burners, depending upon the size of the balloon. Have you ever wondered why the end of the balloon does not catch fire from the burner? At the end of the envelope at the mouth of the balloon, nearest to the burner flame, is a special type of material called Nomex. Nomex is a flame-resistant material. This Nomex material is also used in other industries such as racing car drivers' suits and also in firefighters' apparel. Nomex can withstand temperatures up to 700 degrees Fahrenheit without any damage. Lastly, the basket or gondola. The basket is where the pilot and passengers stand during flight and where the propane tanks are stored. Most baskets are made of cane, although some baskets are made from modern synthetic material, but cane is still used as it is resilient, lightweight, and easy to keep clean. They come in a variety of sizes and shapes, and some have a side hole to be used as a stepping aid when climbing in. So how does it fly? The ignited burners heat the air that fills the inside of the envelope. Because the air has a lower density than the relatively cold air outside the envelope, makes it buoyant, and the buoyancy causes the balloon to rise up in the air. So, how do you steer a hot air balloon? Well, the shorter answer is, you don't. It's not like being able to steer a car or fly a plane. However, it's not as uncontrolled as it may seem. Prior to flying, a pilot releases a small helium balloon called a pieball to get the directions of the winds above. Once the hot air balloon is airborne, the pilot can move the balloon up or down to utilize the varying directions of the wind to change course. So, when is the best time to fly? Temperature plays a major role in the ability of a balloon to fly. High temperatures greatly reduce the amount of weight a balloon can carry or lift. Colder temperatures are better for balloon performance. The colder, the better. So typically, early mornings are the best time to fly. Well, now that we have an understanding on our subject, welcome to the 19th Annual Page Lake Powell Balloon Regatta. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you know when our next video is up. See you in the next episode, and as always, live your best life.